Hi, Janvi.
Baba Kode.
Yes. Now we are live on Facebook. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Satish, for assisting us through this. And let me formally welcome all the participants and our guests, our dignitaries today to this session on release and live book discussion for the book, What Made You a Mid-Level Manager Will Not Lead You to the C-Suite. Are you ready for the big job? Author, none other than Mr. Vivek Hattangadi. Congratulations on the book release, Vivek sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, and I see Veena ma'am sitting beside you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Veena ma'am, for your contribution to this book.
Nothing as much.
Right. And let me introduce the dignitaries also who have joined us and will be discussing over this book in today's session. So we have with us Dr. Manthan Janodia. He is Professor and Head, Pharma Management, Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and he has written the foreword to the book. We have Shreya Gavde. She is the management trainee at Cerdia, and she is the central character of this book. Dr. Melissa will be there in a short while. She has edited the title of the book. And we have special guest, Mr. Harish Roth and Janvi Roth Solanki with us. I welcome all the dignitaries. Hi, hello, and how are you all?
Thank
Dr.
you, Dr.
Manthan.
Swati. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Swati. It's a pleasure to be on this platform and very much excited to go ahead with book release of Vivek sir's sixth book. I think it's something amazing that he's doing at this young age of 71. Good to see Shreya, the central character of the book. And I think we will be having a very fruitful discussion, and so would certainly inspire a lot of young budding brand managers.
Yes,
Right,
as
right,
Dr. Manthan rightly mentioned, like I'm humbled by his gesture now, and he's actually been an inspiration to many in the industry. So yes, I'm looking forward to interact with all of you.
Right, and Shreya, we thank your parents also. Are they there?
Yes.
Yes. So thank you to the parents of Shreya who is the inspiration behind this book. So धन्यवाद आपको.
Thank you.
Yes, and we have the dignitary Mr. Harish Roth, along with his mentors, late Mr. Ramesh Kulkarni and late Professor Tarun Gupta, gave the first visual aid to the Indian pharma industry in 1975. Welcome, Harish sir. Few words from you. We would love to listen.
Yes, listen much.
Harish sir, can you hear us?
Something is wrong here.
Sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, your video is not coming. You can just.
In the meanwhile, I would request Janvi to start. Janvi, you can unmute and you can start. We can see you.
Now you can.
Yes, Janvi, please.
Janvi, bol.
Janvi, the daughter of Harish Raut and
Satish,
Mridula
please
Raut.
unmute Janvi.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, I feel very honored to work with Mr. Vivek Hattangadi for so many years, and it has been an amazing experience. And I am looking forward to work even more. Yes, thank you. The book has been designed by me, and I feel very, very glad to be having this honor.
Thank you, Janvi. Thank you so much. And I believe, Vivek sir, more books are in pipeline, right?
Yeah, unless COVID takes me away.
No, that is not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, right?
Right. So So let me ask few questions to you first, and then I'll ask few more questions which are relevant for other dignitaries. The
Yeah.
title of the book, What Made You a Mid-Level Manager, Will Not Lead You to the C-Suite. It reminds me of a book written by Mr. Marshall Goldsmith, What Got You Here Won't Get You There.
Absolutely. And this book has been, the title of this book has been inspired by Marshall Goldsmith and perfected by Dr. Melissa, who is unfortunately not here, but will be joining in a few moments. But apart from the title, there is no other similarity with this book from Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. In fact, he has inspired me on so many other subjects also. For example, one of these subjects which I like a lot and which I have been following is what you call as feed forward. The feed forward concept was generated by Marshall Goldsmith, and it talks about feed forward versus feedback and why feed forward is superior and different from feedback. Feed forward is something which you really inspire the other people, and you can also have feed forward for yourself from other colleagues. For example, I can have feed forward even from my wife. I can feed forward even from you or even from Dr. Manthan or anybody else. But apart from that, there is no other similarity because the book has been written in a totally different way. And now I think we can see Harish Raut here. So can we put Harish Raut on the spotlight for some time?
Sure, sir.
Harish Raut, where is your inspiration?
Okay.
Why are you
joined
alone?
From another Satish, we have pinged the wrong one. Please pin him. Harish sir is there.
He has to be unmuted. I think Harish has to be.
With another profile, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. I'm just doing it.
Harish has been my childhood friend, and I know him for over 60 years. We first met as neighbors in 1960, and from then onwards, he is more like a family member, more like my brother, and his entire family is a part of my extended family. Very often, he has come to my help, and he has resolved many of my problems. And my hats off to Harish Raut. I love him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raut sir.
Harish Raut has been in this pharma industry right from, I think, 1975. He earlier worked with the Ogilvy Mather, and under the tutelage of late Professor Ramesh Kulkarni. Then Ramesh Kulkarni joined Professor Tarun Gupta in GSK. Ramesh Kulkarni also started his own agency, and Harish was with him. And Ramesh Kulkarni, along with Harish Raut and Professor Tarun Gupta, they gave the industry the first visual aid, which is used even today. So thank you, Harish Raut, and thank you very much for the beautiful design cover you have made, along with Janvi. In fact, Janvi has been the brain behind this cover page, and guidance and mentorship from her father.
Right. So thank you, Raut sir, for your contribution to this pharma industry, and wonderfully answered the question, Vivek sir. We are looking for sessions on feed forward also now, since you mentioned this in the answer. Yeah. So, Dr. Manthan, another question. I have a question for you. You have written the foreword to this book. So, can you share with the listeners how this book will help them?
First of all, I'd like to thank Vivek sir for thinking of me to write a foreword for his book. When I got his message and when I spoke to him, I think it was late April 2020 when he asked me to write a foreword. I was pleasantly surprised because the first question that came to my mind was, why me? And I deemed it an honor to write this foreword for his book. And when I agreed to write a foreword, he shared the first version of the book. And as soon as I received, I remember it was, we were in the mid of this lockdown. It was a peak time of lockdown where we are not allowed to go out. And I remember being awake until early morning, 3 a.m. reading the first draft. Because I just wanted to prepare what to write, because I thought it would be injustice on my part if I don't read the book and write a foreword which befits the stature of Sir. So I just read the book at one stretch, being awake very late at night, and it was so engrossing that I couldn't put it down. It was unputdownable. And the way he has narrated, the way he has classified various chapters for C-suite aspirants is something very unique, which I have not come across until now. It's a book that I've read. So it was very, very pleasant for me to read. And it gave me a kind of feel that, yes, this is a kind of book which we should have. And people should write book which is very easy for people to understand. And I think Vivek sir has done a very fabulous and fantastic job of putting down very complex concepts into very easy, understandable language. And I'm sure going forward, readers would find it interesting to read. And many of them certainly would love to have it at one stretch. So I was very, very happy to write a foreword. Just 2 more minutes I'll take to explain as to why I'm saying so. We come across a lot of books in brand management, and we have read a lot of books which are motivational in nature. And Vivek sir has certainly amalgamated these two concepts very well, brand management, and especially books on brand management in pharmaceutical industry is very rare. And other aspect of this book is the aspirational nature of the central character. So being a brand manager, aspiring to be a CEO is something that I saw very uniquely blended in this book. And I'm sure this book is going to be a treasure for people who aspire to reach C-suite.
Right. That will surely help people understand this book. Thank you for that particular description, Dr. Manthan. And another question for you: what do you think about the style in which this book is written?
As I mentioned, the style is very, very unique because it's a kind of conversational style between a kind of a mentor and a mentee. This kind of style is very rare in books written by Indian authors, especially in this field. So the kind of the way, the style that has been used in this book is something that I was very, very impressed with. And this is a conversational style, and we should have more books in this format, especially the kind of books that we are looking at. It's this style.
There's a network error, I think,
that we have.
Okay.
Right. So I think this conversational style or the approach to have a conversation between a mentor and a mentee to explain and break down complex concepts into simple, easy to understand aspects is something that I really admire.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Dr. Manthan, and I also got the chance to read this book, and the style is really one which engages you. It's a question answer based sort of conversation going on. Okay, Vivek sir, the central character of the book is based on two characters, Shreya Tawade and Varun Gupte, and they bear some resemblance to real characters. So please tell us about this.
Yes, and I would first refer to my mentor, my guru, Professor Tarun Gupta. The mentor here, Varun Gupte, I slightly tweaked the name of Professor Tarun Gupta and called him I called him Varun Gupte. While I was in Sun Pharma, he used to mentor me continuously for around 30 months. Every 2 months, every month for 2 days, he used to come to Baroda, and every time he left, he used to leave me an assignment. And these assignments by Professor Tarun Gupta, you can just imagine how easy they were. My God, I had to burn my midnight oil, and we did not have the luxury of internet and all these things. So that, and I had to rush to the library, scan and browse through many books before I could make a presentation. And one good skill and another good thing which I learned apart from brand management, I learned about the skills of presentation. Of course, presentations in those days were in the form of what you call this acetate sheets, where we had to write on transparent paper and then put an overhead projector and then project it. And therefore, that gave me a lot of food for thought. And one of the books which he recommended me to read, it was not actually a book, but he gave me a Xerox copy of an article written by his guru, the guru of Professor Tarun Gupta, and is none other than Ted Levitt. Ted Levitt was the teacher of Tarun Gupta when he was at Harvard. And one of the articles which he gave me, which was written way back in 1960, was Marketing Myopia. And today, Marketing Myopia, written by Ted Levitt, is considered to be one of the classic articles which have been written in HBR. And today, we in India are following it. And very soon, he talked about, that book, in that article, he talked about customer-centric marketing. And today, we are talking about patient-centric marketing, which was a thought which was first established by Ted Levitt way back in 1960. As far as Shreya is concerned, I first met her online about 2 to 3 years back, and we had a continuous interaction. And she always came to me with some problems and difficulties, which I was able to satisfy. And last year in 2019, she was in Ahmedabad, and she paid me a surprise visit. And the moment I saw and interacted with Shreya Gaude, I knew she is the Indra Nui in the making. Indra Nui, if you all know, is the CEO, or rather was the CEO of Pepsi till about a few months back. And in Shreya, I saw the budding Indra Nui.
Wonderful. So next question to you, Shreya. How do you feel about it being the look-alike character of this book?
Yes, Dr. Swati, thank you initially and for giving me this opportunity to thank Sir formally on this platform, because when I realized that my look-alike twin was the central character of this book, initially I felt very grateful and I was very humbled by Vivek sir's gesture, because as Dr. Manthan mentioned, by me. So even my thing was by me. But now I know that I have this responsibility, because Vivek sir is a visionary leader, as I always say, that he has seen a future for me and for many CEO aspirants also. That I think now that is my responsibility to fulfill this dream and bring this dream into reality. Because like when I read the manuscript of this book also, I felt like I'm holding my dream into my hand. So I think the central character is more aspirant like I am, because I remember expressing my dream to Vivek sir like 2 years back, that yes, that is my dream, ultimately where I want to reach. Definitely my purpose of life is different from my dream, but then this is my professional dream and there is where I want to reach. And I think this book has given me an opportunity to uplift myself, to improve myself on various parameters, to know what certain things like what I should adopt in my life in order to reach the C-suite. So I think I'm humbled and I'm grateful to sir for keeping me as the central character of the book. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
And one of the things which confirmed me that she's the Indranui in making was her presentation. Her presentation as a student of mine in one of the marketing classes very recently, her presentation on neuromarketing. Her presentation on neuromarketing, it was fantastic. And I am saying fantastic because of the poverty of the English language. I cannot think of a word which is better than fantastic. Otherwise, I would have used that. And that presentation, which I think Dr. Swati, you have also seen
Yes,
on
sir.
neuromarketing, that was superb.
Yes, so that was really awesome, Shreya, and you shared such things which are very new to this industry. And I congratulate you on that for doing such research and presenting.
And at the same time, when I was when I met Shreya for the first time at Ahmedabad, I was at that time also reading a book. And that book was Why So Many Incompetent Men? Mark the title of that book. Why So Many Incompetent Men, MEN, Become Leaders? And that was a book by Thomas Shamaro Premuzic and published again by Harvard. And then I found what are the reasons why women today are lagging behind. Why women are underrepresented not only in pharma industry, not in the even in the not only in the other industries, but even in the world, even in the USA. USA so far has no lady who is a president, and for the first time after so many years of US US independence, possibly we may have a lady as a vice president. Women truly are underrepresented in leadership. And I thought my small way of honoring the ladies by inviting Shreya to be the central character of the book.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful to hear this, the story behind this central character, sir. It is really great that you chose Shreya, and Shreya, you really justify this thing. So, Shreya, you have read the manuscript of the book also, and you have also reviewed it. So, as a neutral reader of the book, what would you comment on the style in which this book has been written?
Yes, Dr. Swati, I was given the opportunity by Sir to read the entire manuscript of the book. So initially, I was not only drawn to this book because it had my look-alike twin into it or it had my name into it, but it was the style that he had written it. Like it was a conversation, as Dr. Manthan mentioned, that it was a conversation between a mentor and his mentee. So in that conversation, like generally people learn from conversations. When we listen to somebody, that is when we learn something. We learn from their experiences. So this is a conversation represented by Sir. And while reading the book, you get a feeling that it ignites your passion. Like you know what you have to do. So it gives you a conviction that yes, you can do it. It gives you a conviction that your dream can be fulfilled. So it is that it's a representation of that. So like I think it has many things that people can learn easily, people can adopt easily, and it's a very easy to understand book. It's a very lucid writing, very elegant conversation between Varun Gupte and Shreya Tavre. So that conversation style is something I really liked it. And there are many case studies involved. Like there are case studies and its solutions. So people can easily relate to it and they can see where in some situations come in life. Like you find that I'm in the particular situation. So you can adopt that way of responding to that situation. There are many examples and many case studies in that book that help you in your real life. So it's a very practical book. And I think Vivek sir has brilliantly sketched the entire conversation. So I liked his lucid way of writing the book and the conversation style. So that's it.
Yes, as you rightly pointed out, the conversations are the most important things, interactions are the most important things, and that is how Sir has penned down this book. Vivek sir, what made you adopt this particular style of writing?
When I was in school, when I was in St. Michael School at Mumbai, we used to have what you call classes for the Catholic children, which was called as catechism. And during catechism, they preached and told about the Catholic language to the young students. And I happened to attend a couple of these catechism classes. And this entire catechism is based on questions and answers. And it becomes very easy for the children to understand the philosophy of Christianity. And that inspired me. And I was thinking again and again, yes, this is the style I should be adopting in my book. And in fact, I would credit this to my English teacher, late Father Frank Lobo. Late Father Frank Lobo was my teacher in English, and he encouraged me to join these classes they should be held every Sunday. They were called as Sunday classes, and they should be held every Sunday. And even though I was not a Catholic, I attended this only to listen to Father Frank Lobo, and he really inspired me to write this book in a little different style, not in the usual mundane way.
Right, sir. Yes. Okay, so and at the commencement of this book, you have mentioned something about plagiarism. So please explain over this, because we would love to listen about plagiarism related to.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a very sensitive question you have asked. Because to be frank, neither the title of the book nor the contents are my original. As you know, the title of the book I took from Marshall Goldsmith. But what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is basically stealing and passing off the contents as your own. And that I have not done. And that I have confessed in the introduction to the book. I have clearly confessed that I have taken ideas from over 80 books, mainly from HBR and many other books. I have extracted these ideas like in homeopathy medicine. What do you do in homeopathy medicine? You extract, then you distill, and then you dynamize. And this is exactly what I did in this book. I have extracted, distilled, and dynamized ideas and thoughts from over 80 books, close to 80 books, and put it in very simple language for we Indians to understand. And every word, every paragraph has been referenced, and you'll find the references at the end of the book. And the referencing style which I've used is the Harvard style of referencing. So you cannot call it actually plagiarism, though the original thoughts may not be mine.
Vivek, sir, I would rather put it in another way to the listeners and to the viewers of this particular session. If you want to gather the wisdom of 80 books and articles, high-end articles, you must read this book. Right. And Shreya, in this book, there is a mention about master the skills to ask the right questions, empowering questions. Can you elaborate over this?
So Dr. Swati, this book has a portion where it's explained like the art of asking the right questions. So I think like very few people, like in the industry now also I see very few people have mastered this art of asking the right question. So I think that empowering question that is there in front of it. So any empowering question is one that allows the other person to think. It inspires the other person to think in a different way, like to broaden your entire vision, your thought circle, and think in a different way than others are thinking. So it allows you to think very much more critically and in depth. And I think the right question will take you to the right answer, because in academics, I feel like, people are rewarded because of the right answer. Like in academics, in school also, people are rewarded for the right answer, but I think they should be rewarded for the right question, because that is what gives you deep clarity.
Very true.
Any clarity on that topic. And because of the right question, when you get clarity, you come to good conclusions, and that will always help to develop good relations in workplace also and in personal life also, because that is where you learn more correct things and you come down to correct conclusions. So I think if you want to contribute positively to your organization or to anything that you're doing, any project that you're doing, I think asking the right questions will give you a good direction, the right direction it will provide you. So that is empowering question. It will inspire you to think in a different way.
Right, Shreya. That was really insightful, asking the right questions. So, Vivek sir, Shreya has given us an idea for another session, asking the right questions. So, right. I'm not saying this just for fun, sir. I'm going to seek you for these sessions.
Or rather, I would request Shreya to take over. Let her host. Let her be the chief heroine.
Okay, Vivek sir, apart from Marshall Goldsmith, who else have been your sources of inspiration while writing this book?
Oh, my main inspiration, apart from Marshall Goldsmith, has been Thomas Camaro Premuzic, and at the same time, Michael Watkins. Michael Watkins had written a book, or rather written an article, and the name of the article was Shifting How Leaders They Fail to Change When They Step in from one position to another position. And because of that, what has happened that many leaders, they continue to work one level below their actual position. This transition becomes a little difficult. When a medical representative becomes a manager, many of them, they fail to transit into that managerial position, and many of them continue to remain as uber medical representatives or super duper medical representatives. Okay, then it's okay for that area. But if somebody at the C-suite level or at a high level becomes a CEO and he fails to transit into that actual job of a CEO, then the entire organization is in problem. So a lot of inspiration again from Michael D. Watkins.
Okay, sir. Shreya, in the epilogue, Shreya takes over as CEO. So let us assume you have become the CEO. Please share some thoughts. Why this ambition in you?
So in the epilogue, as I mentioned, like it's mentioned that I take over as the CEO. Like that is my dream, because like today's generation, as you see, everybody is enthusiastic. Every millennials, like they dream of reaching that CEO position. So there is that energy level, there is that enthusiasm. So it is the same with me. Like when I expressed my dream also to Vivek sir, I carry that energy, I carry that enthusiasm, and I promise to Vivek sir that I will carry that enthusiasm in future also, because it is my dream to become a CEO. At least if I dream, I can reach further levels and progress my corporate ladder. So I think that this is not only my dream. There are many CEO aspirants here. So and this book is like a step-to-step guide, like what I should do at every step of my corporate ladder in order to evolve and in order to improve myself further. And this is a dream planner for me, because it gives me like what are the do's, what are the particularly don'ts that I need, things that I need to avoid in my in my career. So I think this is a perfect guide and a perfect recipe that I have got in order to turn my dream into a reality. Because not only that energy, but I need a good resource also. And I think Vivek sir has provided me that.
Actually, I have not provided, but I have got inspirations from people like Michael Watson, then Pramuzik. And one of that article which I was referring to, which everybody I would recommend to read, is How Managers Become Leaders. And in this article, How Managers Become Leaders, he talks about the seismic shifts which take place when one gets promoted. Why does he call it a seismic shift? Because in seismic shift, the changes are sudden. And especially when a person at a lower level, at the national level, he becomes a CEO, these changes must be imminent and at the same time immediate. And if the seismic shifts don't occur, probably he is jeopardizing the entire organization. For a field manager, it's okay. He may jeopardize only 5 to 6 people. But when a CEO, he does not respond to the shifts, then its entire organization is jeopardized.
Right, Vivek, sir. And a few more questions. One question to Dr. Manthan. You are from a very reputed academia, Manipal University. Do you think this book will be useful to the students of pharma B schools or only to the professionals?
I think it's useful to everyone who aspires to do something in their lives. I wouldn't say it's useful only to professionals or only to students, because each one of them have their own needs. Professionals aspire to climb up the organizational hierarchy, and the students would need to enter the profession. So the aspirations for students and professionals remain alike. So I think it's going to be a book, and as I mentioned in the foreword, that this book is not only relevant to people in pharma industry, because it is, as Shreya's mentioned, it's a kind of a nectar. The wisdom that Vivek sir has shared in this book, based on his experience of over 4.5 decades in the industry, and the books that he has read, the amount of book and the kind of groundwork he has done to crystallize various thoughts into this book, blending a lot of topics, is, I think, relevant to both students as well as professionals. So in that context, I would say it's a perfect recipe for everyone who aspires to move up in their life, particularly in C-suite.
Thank you, sir. In fact, when I was writing this book, originally I had kept only pharma people in mind. But then somebody inspired me. Why are you restricting yourself to pharma? And that is the time when I rewrote the entire book. And today, this is not just for pharma, but people who are working in TCS, working in Godrej soaps, working in Ghadi detergents, or Whirlpool, or even Sun Pharma and Abbott. All the mid-level managers in these kind of companies who are stagnating at mid-level should read this book. Even the junior managers who do not want to stagnate at that level, they should read this book. And maybe tomorrow, as we say, this book may lead to becoming a CEO factory.
Of course. If I may add a little to what Vivek sir has said, Dr. Swati.
Yes, please.
If time permits, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I just go a step forward and say this book is actually sharing a lot of wisdom on various topics. Especially, we know sir has alluded to communication. Sir has alluded to the fatigue that we see in most of the people today, what we refer to as a burnout, how to deal with the burnout, communication and soft skills, which are extremely important today. The race that everybody is running to reach the same goal, and how do we need to stand out in terms of mastering those soft skills, which makes or which separates leaders from managers, is something that we actually learn from reading this book. And on a lighter note, sir also spoke about the difference between a manager and a leader, and the kind of I would say mentality of some of these managers being stuck at that level, wherein they cannot move to becoming leaders, is something that I think they would get to know from this book as to how they can they can come out of those silos, how they can break those shackles and try to be leader rather than being manager. And that is very masterfully intertwined with various case studies and examples in this book. And I strongly recommend that everybody who aspires to do something in life, including reaching C-suite, should have this as a reference copy on their desk and read it repeatedly.
Yes. I reiterate it, everyone who aspires to do something in their life should read this book. And your final message, I'll collect the final messages. Shreya, some final message from you.
My final message to the readers will be like, most of us, like many of us, dream of becoming something, and then in the later stages of our life, we get trapped into our roles, our responsibilities, or something that the society expects us to do. So I think there at that stage, we should be more confident about ourselves. We should trust our potential more and let not our dream get lost into all our roles and responsibilities. It is our responsibility to take our dream forward, work on it, and make it a reality. And I think now with Vivek sir's book, it is a very good resource. Like, you don't have to read 80 different books. You have only one book in your hand and a pocket book, I can say, to reach the C-suite. So like with all of these, and if you have self-confidence, I think everything is possible. So to everybody present here, it's just that you have to follow your dream and work hard towards achieving it. So that's
Wonderful. Thank you, Shreya, and धन्यवाद उनके पेरेंट्स को भी who have inculcated, मतलब जिन्होंने ये सारा मतलब बताया है बच्चों को और समझाया है. Thank you so much.
Like, they have given me the courage to pursue my dream.
Right.
They are my inspiration behind everything.
Yes. And Dr. Manthan, some final message to the viewers from you.
Final messages, as Vivek sir has rightly mentioned, we would like to see more of women representation in organizational hierarchies, which is truly underrepresented, especially in pharma sector. So I think this book would inspire a lot of budding women brand managers and aspirants to reach that coveted position. So that's my wish list, that I would want to see a lot of women climbing up the hierarchy reading this book.
In this session itself, Dr. Manthan, you are seeing.
You can say
Right.
more women here.
We are on the right path. And Vivek sir, your final message, and after that we will open the session for compliments, because we have very high-ranked dignitaries also participating in this session. I'll thank all of them. So final message from you, Vivek sir, for the audience.
My message to everyone, the final message is, do not rest on your past laurels. Because when you rest on your past laurels, that is the time you start stagnating. Every day should be a day of learning. Learn, unlearn, relearn, learn again, unlearn, relearn, and learn again. That is the perpetual cycle which we should follow for anyone to rise in the industry and prevent stagnation at middle level.
Okay, so this is the success sutra for those aspiring to reach the C-suite. I see a lot of senior people who have joined us. Bhaskar sir is there, Isis Verma, and Dr. Sunil Deshpande is also there. Welcome, sir. Mr. Pavan, Mr. Pramod Rajput, welcome, sir. You can now unmute, sir, and interact. And anyone who wants to interact with Vivek, sir, we have opened the session.
Hi, good evening. I would also invite Dr. Manthan Janodia and Dr. Shreya to be a part of it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, hi, good evening. And this is PK Rajput here. So, very happy to listen the entire things which the way Shreya and Janvi has said this thing. And thank you so much, Vivek Sahab and Dr. Swati for inviting me such a wonderful way. And I fully resonate with Vivek Sahab that one should not be basking in the glory of success. That's very, very important for the today's world. And I always believe that there has to be a learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is a process which is required. And in the this coming year and onwards, for coming 10 years, there is always a paradigm shift is there, because now the bossism culture will not be there. Even the manager culture will not continue. I'm telling you,
Correct. Absolutely
it will
right.
be
Absolutely
a leadership culture which is to be continued, right? So I'm working even on that part which is there, and everybody has to behave like a leader to go ahead, because there's a complete paradigm shift in the COVID era. So not of the new things are there, and at the same time I also like to highlight here, because technology is one of the best partner to us. The people should start using the technology to learn and unlearn and relearn, apart from all the things which has been spoken. So I don't want to repeat the same thing. Thank you so much once again for giving this a wonderful opportunity to be a part of this wonderful event. Thank you. And
Thank
my
you
once
so
again
much,
praise to
Pramod.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pramod sir. And we are looking forward to listening to you on World Brand Managers Day also.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, welcome, Dr. Mel. We have been waiting for you. Please bring her to the center stage. The person I have been missing a lot, and I was feeling uneasy all the while.
Hi, good evening.
Welcome. But where are you? I can't see you. Hi.
Can you see me?
Yeah, now I can see you in a white gown. And Dr. Melissa has been editing many books. And this is the book, the title of the book, which she has edited. The
Can you
people
hear
who
me?
are responsible,
Yes, yes, Dr. Melissa, we can hear you.
the people who are responsible for this cover design and the title, they are both here. And my hearty thanks to both of you.
Thank you so much, Vivek, for having us today.
The earlier title was so crude, and without Mel, I don't think this book would have seen the final shape.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Vivek, I wish to have some of my thoughts on the title while we were working on the crude form.
Yeah.
So when we finalized this title, what made you a mid-level manager will not lead you to the C-suite. Are you ready for the big job? There were a lot of things that were going on our minds. Okay, so when we finalized this, we got to understand that it's not about creating a landscape for organizational positions, but it's about gracefully embracing a pioneer's mindset or an entrepreneur's mindset. It's about moving from short-term goals, short-term focus to long-term visions.
Right, Dr. Mel. Very rightly said.
And all this is possible if the reader goes through the contents of the book, wherein he gets to know how to sharpen his analytical skills, his communication skills, decision-making process, emotional intelligence, and a lot of things further. So I leave it up to the readers to explore more and to be the best version of themselves. Happy reading.
Thank you, Dr. Mel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mel, for joining on time and sharing with us your thoughts.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right, and
this would have been incomplete without you.
Yeah, really.
Yes, sir, and we have Mr. Pranav Kumar also with us, Mr. Prashant.
Very good, very good. Pranav Kumar, sir, would you like to say a few things?
Right. Pranav, sir. There's some.
There's some disturbance.
Yes, sir. Okay, now I think, sir, it has been resolved.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyone who wants to interact with Vivek, sir, or the team here, please do.
Yes, ICS Verma here. So first of all, congratulations to Vivek, sir, and to the entire team. And it's really a great time. The timing of the book is really at the very, very important phase, because the pharma is transforming into the new phase of actually, you know, the real leadership, paradigm shift. So I think his contribution to the pharma industry is always been valued, and this book is going to add a lot of value and direction to the young marketeers. So once again, congrats, sir, and thank you for inviting me. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
There are two special guests who would like to invite to say a few words. One, Dr. Sunil Deshpande and Mr. Prashant Menon, sir.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Glad to be a part of this event, and I've been looking forward. We all. I mean, this has been an amazing marketing, I think, lesson for all of us. The entire build-up to really get this thing done, and I keep seeing quite a lot of work done by, I think, the organizers. Pharma State, I mean, has been quite exceptional. I'm highly impressed by Shreya. I mean, wonderful to see such young people with such fantastic clarity. The finesse of which her answers and the purpose that came up, has been very, very refreshing. There's nothing much to say, sir. I've been quite enthralled by the entire conduct of the program.
Thank you.
I look forward to buying the copy and actually reliving a lot of those moments. So thank you and good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much. Dr. Sunil Deshpande.
I would like to add here that I am more thankful to Prashant sir because he was my professor in NMIMS.
Whoa!
He's taken
Whoa!
the entire
Whoa!
I was in this final year. So he's also shared as many experiences with us, and he's helped us to build an entire brand plan. So he's taught us how to launch a new brand. So thank you, sir.
Great.
Thanks for your generous comments, Shreya. I think there's been quite an era. These days it's all been online. It seemed like one historic moment when you had offline classes.
Yes, Dr. Sunil Deshpande.
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor Vivek, and good evening to all. Good evening, Swati.
Good evening, sir.
And good evening, Dr. Manthan, as well as good evening all the dignitaries, those who are present. First of all, good evening. First, my heartiest congratulations to Professor Vivek for this book. And I told him the other day when he communicated to me about of the inauguration of this book. So I communicated to him that you are a very rare professional in the pharmaceutical industry, perhaps the one with the highest number of books written so far. So that in itself is a record. So, what I would say a couple of things that I have been associated with Professor Vivek for the last few years professionally, and I think it would be something even less that Professor Vivek in itself is educational institute, especially with respect to the pharmaceutical industry. He is like a walking, talking university. I mean, you can probably interact with him on various aspects, and then you really get a solution for that. And second point is with respect to the subject matter of this book. And I think on a serious note, it's a very, very, I would say, a subject matter which is very much required in the industry. Because unfortunately, very few organizations really do not have. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Sunil.
Yeah, unfortunately, various organizations do not have a structured kind of a policy or maybe sort of a arrangement where this kind of guidance would be available to those people who would like to take up higher responsibilities professionally as well as on personal levels. There could be various factors. So I would say that this is a subject matter which is very much required and which would be very much helpful for those managers at the lower levels, I mean, in the hierarchy, or those who aspire to climb up the hierarchy. This book would really meet their expectations. So thank you so much for the invitation. And of course, like all other books, I'm more than sure that this book also will be a huge success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wish
Mr.
you-
Pranav Kumar would like to say a few words. He was man behind design thinking in the last World Pharma Brand Managers Day at Ahmedabad. And his session was fantastic.
Professor Vivek, so nice of you about talking about me, and thank you for that. That was a really exciting experience I had in Ahmedabad. Now coming back to this book, I think as I was listening to Dr. Sunil also, this industry, I see the people, they start as a medical rep, and this is the possibly only industry where people can reach to the top level, to the at least managing director level also. And I think this book will be filling a big gap where people don't know at the beginning itself how to reach there. Everybody want to, if you ask in interview what you want to in your career, everybody will say that I want to be head of the business or want to be a top company or launch a new company in pharmaceutical. But nobody knows, nobody has that compass who can help them. I think you have made that compass, at least if not the roadmap, at least compass is definitely going to serve to those aspirant and guide them their larger direction, at least towards becoming really to C-suits or making their fortune in this industry. And that is good for the industry also. Industry is also looking for good leader from the industry itself, because they have a deep insight versus somebody coming from the different industry and trying to understand and then lead the industry. The person who is rising from within the industry will be always more productive, more useful for any organization or the whole industry as such. So thank you very much for contributing to the pharmaceutical professionals, such a wonderful book. All the best.
Vivek ji, can I share something?
Sure, why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah. Vivek ji, I must tell that we are digitally connected for quite a few years, like in Facebook. I've been actively following you on Facebook and other media. And I must say today, I think Swati ma'am highlighted about your age, but I must say that, you're 70 years young. That's what I would say, not old. Because I see the way you respond to each and every comment, when your industry colleagues ask you a question, you wholeheartedly give a full answer to that. I think that's really praiseworthy and gives a lot of inspiration. The second one, though we have not met, I would have recommended your book, the previous book, to almost more than 100 brand managers, in my last 10 years, what the pharma CEO looks from a brand manager. Because this was an inspiration even from Gopalakrishnan sir of Tata Sons, which I met personally. And when I read your book, it was so simple and to the point. And nowadays, like any brand manager is going as a fresher going for an interview, I tell them, take a week of time and just go through the book and chapters, which will give a lot of clarity and idea how to, attend that interview. And majority of the time they come out very successfully. So I owe the thanks to you, because in some way you have inspired many of the young minds today.
Thank you so much.
Through that book, sir.
Thank you.
Now I have a big challenge as a brand consultant. Now I do most of my work in, I do brand storytelling through writing video documentaries for pharma companies which travel throughout the world.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Very shortly, I'll tell you this question to you. Which is a very challenge area where Manthan, everybody mentioned about this. Today, the healthcare industry in India is such a big growing industry. And though if you see in our GDP or whatever, we spend so less amount of money on healthcare. So recently I was doing like some sort of a comparison study with the Indian Army versus the healthcare industry, simply because the Lieutenant General Arun Antanarayan, who's the head of strategy, is in Delhi, happens to be my friend. And he took me to the Chennai Training Institute where they train the army officers. The amount of effort and money they spend on their, the front line, the army officers, is mind-boggling. Like, the effort they take, the whole night they take on training and all. But if you just do a comparative study, healthcare, apart from the safety of the country, I think healthcare comes as a very, very important thing for anybody, like, compared to other industry. But in our case, like, barring a very few, I would say the Pareto principle, only 20% of the organization spend a lot of money on their training initiatives for the medical reps. But by and large, many companies, maybe they train the higher level managers. But when it comes to the lower level, like, the medical reps or thing, they are least, I would say it's not a concern thing. The effort put there is very, very minimal. And which gives a big challenge when I recruit people. The type of communication they come is really pathetic, I would say, compared to other industry. I think this is an area like even the senior managers or the CEOs of the company should look forward, spend a lot of money, because every money they invest on a medical rep is going to give them higher dividends. I want your piece of advice and thoughts on this, Vivek ji, so that, a lot of CEOs are there, that could be a good take-home message when they read this book. Thank you, sir.
In fact, I would say that the best person to answer this would be Dr. Manthan Janodia, because he is the head of marketing of such a reputed institute from India. So I would request Dr. Manthan to say a few words in response to Shiv Kumar.
Nice.
Thank you, sir, for having trust in me to respond to this question. I do certainly agree to what Shiv Kumar sir has just mentioned, and it's one of the challenges that we face, and that's why I mentioned that in communication, soft skills are equally important. Now, coming to his basic question as to why we are not having people who are good at communication, and why are we not spending much on training our frontline in having effective communication, is because of the buzzword, which later became popular because of the title of the article that Vivek sir mentioned, Marketing Myopia. As long as we get the dividends that we are looking at with a myopic perspective of bottom line and front line, things will not change. So that is a transactional shift, which is required, a forward-looking shift, wherein we also emphasize and give equal importance to our frontline warriors, I would say, because they are equally passionate about their work, but the kind of treatment that they get, both from the industry and from the prospective clients or customers in pharma industry, is not something that they deserve. So here, communication becomes paramount importance for them to have that frequency. I give you an example why this happens. Because we have our frontline warriors who are, one, probably not having the required knowledge, subject knowledge, because of which they cannot communicate to doctors in their own language, right? So if I need to communicate to a doctor, I need to understand what lingo, what terms they would use. So we as industry need to understand this gap and work towards bridging this gap. And then I think things would look a little better. That's my perspective. I'm open to being corrected, but that's my perspective, and this is something that has come from the experience.
Okay, thanks,
No,
Dr.
you're
Manthan.
absolutely correct. You're absolutely right. In fact, today, if our field managers, especially at the front line level, they're given the same kind of training which is given to the young army officers, we would have seen a different industry altogether. Today, pharma industry is the least attractive of all the industries to enter. Nobody would like to join this profession, pharma selling, as a career. No, this is happening for many, many years. And therefore, it is all the more necessary to invest in training. I know of one company from Bangalore, which is called as Group Pharma. It's a major company in the dental segment, and their CEO, I wish was here. He spends around 96 to 100 hours in training his people. 96 to 100 hours every year in training his people. And if every company followed this philosophy, we would have had a different perspective about the industry. But today, many of our people, we are short-sighted. We are looking at gains tomorrow. When we were speaking about brand management, no brand can be built in a matter of a year or 2 years or 3 years. But many of our entrepreneurs, they fail to have patience, or I would say they don't have that long-term vision. And those entrepreneurs which have had a long-term vision, they have succeeded. For example, Sun Pharma or Intas or Glenmark or Zydus Cadila, to name a few. So what we should be basically doing, investing our time, investing not only time, investing resources on training our young people, and at the same time to make our industry more attractive to the college students, especially from the pharma management colleges.
Thank you, Vivek ji. I think definitely you're going to hit a century. I think that's what we all.
No, I don't. Well, that's a curse. That's a curse.
Okay, why do you feel as a curse? Because there are very few mentors in the industry who really have a flair for writing things, and this really inspires a lot of us, wherever we are. It's a great session, and thanks to Swati and Dr. Manthan. I've been really disturbing him a lot for my son's admission in Manipal. Finally, he got through, but due to COVID, he could not go and join. I think thanks, Manthan. You are such a love.
It's my duty and my pleasure to have people, and see, we are here to help, right? So I don't see it as a trouble at all, because I feel it a privilege, because when somebody is in need, they will reach out to me, and I deem it my duty and honor that I would be able to help someone who has actually reposed faith and trust in me.
Thank you, Dr. Manthan. And thanks to Pavan for giving. Thank you. Thanks, Pavan, for giving me the invite. Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Swati.
Thank you, sir. And Dr. Manthan, you are actually the epitome of servant leadership. So thank you for your
true,
really, you have been serving.
Very true, very true.
Beautiful.
I think you've actually hit the nail, because servant leadership is something that we have not understood really well in our context. And I hope Vivek sir would one day write a book on servant leadership.
Sir, we have got a lot of ideas from this session, 2 sessions, 3 books. So we are looking forward to discussing this with you and holding more sessions. And I think we shall close this session now, and thank everyone for participating, for being so interactive, sharing your thoughts, sharing with us. A lot of congratulations have come in the comment section from very senior professionals. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Vivek sir, for writing books for the industry to read, for professionals to gain insights, and we expect more inputs from you. So you have been given more responsibility now. And if anyone wants to read 80 books, read the gist of 80 books or articles, high-end articles, then get hold of this book today. That is the final message to everyone who is viewing this session. Thank you, Vivek sir. Any final words from you?
I just wondering whether my sister-in-law is here because I want to thank her.
What's her name, sir? Please.
Shobana Karnad and Uday Karnad. They were there, but are
Yes,
they
sir.
here?
They were there.
Okay, must have left by now. Because I wanted to thank her because she has also been a source of my inspiration, my wife's younger sister.
Hello, Dr.
Hello.
Falgun Parikh. Dr. Falgun Parikh.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I've been silently listening to you.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
Very good. Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you so much.
So just for the crowd to know, I am his daughter is my daughter-in-law. So, and I am a gynecologist by profession, an alien to your division, but of course, I'm related to you, all of you, somehow, because I am myself is a gynecologist and practicing in Ahmedabad. Congratulations, Vivek bhai.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Falgun. Thank you for coming. Right, sir.
Yeah, now I've been there, but I'm listening everybody patiently. Of course, it's very alien, but for the first time after becoming related to Vivek bhai, I have come to know he's such a great man and a great writer.
No, I'm not a great man. I'm not really a great man. That is a perception people have, and I wish to correct that perception one day.
I wish you best of luck, and as everybody has expressed, we wish you to write more and more books.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Okay.
Vivek sir, final words from you.
My final words is thank you to all of you for attending this session. Thanks particularly to Shreya, Dr. Manthan, Melissa, Harish Raut and Janvi Raut, and of course to my boss, Veena Hatangadi.
Thank you, ma'am. I would say heartfelt thanks to you. Because you've been the inspiration for all the books.
She wakes up at 4 o'clock to prepare tea for me. She stimulates my brain. And without her Amrutulya, I would have been without any energy for the rest of the day. Yes, Shreya?
Your Brahma Muhurtam.
Yeah, Brahma Muhurtam. Correct.
Yes, and related to Brahma Muhurtam, yeah, sir is 70 plus, but I bet most of us cannot endure the sessions that he holds. He has more energy than almost all of us. Yes. So with these words, get hold of this book and read it, reread it, try to learn what is there in this book. We are signing off for now, and we'll keep bringing you more sessions through Pharma State Academy. Thank you and bye for now.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you for
Good night, Pramod.
the opportunity and the honor. Thank you, everyone. And